Hello, I think we're in day 7 now. At the end of it anyway, so this is what happened today. We went to see lions.
We're a bit tired, I think. We went back to see the Marsh Pride of lions, and they were walking back to the same area that we saw them yesterday. So we watched them at first light, all walking in a line, and the male and the female lioness, the blind one, they were together on their own quite a lot, and they would fall asleep, lay down, fall asleep together. No, they don't really fall asleep, do they?
Anyway, back to what I said. So we saw lions, and then we had breakfast. It was quite nice.
I'm crying.
So after the breakfast, we returned to the lions, and we thought we stick around there. So then we realized it's lunchtime in Africa can be quite warm. So it was in the car. What? How warm was it?
Well, I have a thermometer which measured up to 50 degrees, and the needle was way over.
So it was cozy warm, and even our driver suggested to move. So he suggested to go back and then come back later, but we already had planned for an all-day safari, so we are tough nails, so we stick to these kind of plans. Oh. Anyway, so we drove around, and fortunately there was a bit of wind by driving, so that helped a bit. So we went around and saw some monkeys, some baboons,
yeah,
with little ones. They were playing around, so that was quite nice. And then we had lunch, and while we had lunch, I don't know where they came from, but there were 2 Maasai women appearing from the. We saw them in the distance, and then okay, well they might be from one village to another, and shortcutting through the Mara. So then they ended up taking a rest pretty much close to us, and then we were unfolding stuff.
They invited us over for the Maasai market.
Yeah.
So they were selling jewellery and things that they had made. There's a Maasai market in the middle of the Mara.
So anyway, we didn't buy anything, and then continued. Where did we continue to?
Well, after
we
that,
just did a bit driving around, and
we went back to the lions really, see what they were up to.
Yeah.
But even then, it was still too hot, so we moved away from. They were only sleeping in the same place that we'd left them, so we drove a short distance away to the shade of a tree because it was really ridiculously warm today. And I think about 3:30, maybe a little bit later than that, we went back to the lions again because there was a cool breeze now because the sun was getting lower.
Yeah. And as we arrived, the lions were still where they were. We noticed there were elephants not too far from where the lions were sleeping, with the little one as well. So we positioned the car and just waited, and then eventually the elephants came towards the lions, and
all the lions were looking and watching the elephants.
Yeah, so the mama elephant got a bit concerned and trumpeted away, and then they moved.
Yeah, they did the belly rumble, and then all of a sudden all the elephants quickly moved away and together to form a group, and they sort of reversed into each other to form this group with the baby elephant in the middle of them.
It was really cool, like a star kind of thing. You had elephants shooting out of all the directions. So anyway, so there was a lot.
But there was one of the younger cubs had probably got in the way of the elephants, because we could see the cub running off when all the elephants moved to be together. And then they were a little calmer, and they went right back to where they had been feeding. So they didn't seem really afraid of the lions at all. There was a lot of lions there as well. So.
Yeah. The Marsh Pride was it, by the way.
Yeah, I mentioned that. We mentioned that at the beginning.
Okay. Well, cut this out then. So anyway, that was the. So that was it, basically. Then we went home decided on the way that tomorrow morning we're still going to go see the lions. In the afternoon we're going to the Mara Triangle to see what's happening there. And we also decided it's not going to be an all-day trip.
No, it was too hot today, really.
No. Unless of course it starts raining.
Yeah, there's when we went to the campfire for Tusker beers, we could see there was lightning and then the storm was coming in, so we had a little bit of rain, not too much, but maybe there's a storm coming and it'd be really nice to be in the Mara when it rains, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, bring the temperature down as well.
Anyway, more tomorrow. Good night.
Bye.